Heather here with week 8 of Project Life. So I started this week well, first off, I had like 20 pictures this week. My picture taking is getting out of control. So I started with 20 pictures, but then it ended up being 28 pictures, but I'll explain a little bit about that later as we go. And if you didn't see my Project Life week 7, then you would have missed that now I'm doing 2-page spreads. So I'm doing 2 pages, 2 12 by 12s. I have 20 pictures, and it's still I was trying to cram things in here. I'm getting out of control with Project Life, but I'm loving it. So I guess that's all that really matters. Here I am texting Mary. I showed her a picture of my Project Life layout as it was so far. So I got, at Tuesday mornings, I got a Maggie Holmes mini kit, Project Life mini kit. I needed more Project Life cards, right? That's getting out of control too. But I can't resist anything that says Maggie Holmes. What can I say? So I started with those cards, and then I'm trying to use up some of my Citrus Twist. So a lot of the things that you'll see are things from the Citrus Twist kit, like the thickers, like that butterfly thicker, that's from the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dream collection, which was in my Citrus Twist. But then a lot of it is just from my stash, just kind of random pieces that I thought kind of worked well. And I kind of just placed things where I thought it looked good, and I think that it turned out amazing. So that little tag there behind the picture, that is actually from the Wonder collection, which I recently purchased online. So I can print out as many of those as I want. But I've kind of realized with my Project Life that, and tell me what you guys do when you do your Project Life, because I'd love some ideas. But I really kind of just go for anything that's kind of within arm's reach. And I tend to spend a lot of time digging through my stash, trying to find little tags and things that will fit on Project Life cards. So if this is the style that you kind of go with your Project Life, what do you do? Because I'm thinking what I need to do is I need to kind of have a bowl or some sort of container. I've got tons of tiny little containers that keeps all of my little tiny tags and little tiny pieces of ephemera that can fit on Project Life cards, and just kind of keep that on my desk within arm's reach. And same with the tags, because I like to use tags for layering a lot, and just kind of keep those within arm's reach. Because right now I tend to dig through, my ephemera is a mess anyways. I am not an organizer when it comes to my my craft room. It's just kind of a mess. But I've got little iris containers that are the picture size ones. I've got a few of those that just kind of have random mismatched ephemera in them, and some little baggies full of ephemera. I mean, it's all kind of a mess, but I'm thinking about redoing it based on size, because now that I'm doing Project Life and 12 by 12 layouts, I tend to use just the bigger pieces for layouts and the smaller pieces for Project Life. That's just kind of how I do things. So I might just reorganize it based on size. But let me know what you do with your Project Life and your ephemera, and how you keep everything organized and what works for you. And I will see if any of those ideas will work for me. So this week was actually super busy for us. So my mother-in-law last week had a little bit of a health scare, and she was in the hospital for a few days, and she was supposed to, because it was her birthday, she was supposed to go to Vegas for her birthday and do like a little, trip there. And that didn't happen. She had to end up canceling that because she was in the hospital. But after her Vegas trip, she was supposed to come up here and babysit my niece, who's on midwinter break. She's in kindergarten. She's on midwinter break. And my sister-in-law couldn't find anybody to watch her, and daycare wouldn't take her. So my mother-in-law made plans to just, after her Vegas trip, come to Seattle and watch my niece for the week. So her and her boyfriend were here for the week. My brother-in-law, who he works half the year in Petersburg, Alaska, and then the other half of the year he lives in, he just bought a house in Vegas. He lives in Vegas, but then he always likes to spend some time visiting the kids. So he was here kind of passing through on his way back up to Alaska. So he was here for the week. And then Mary was here last week. So it was just like crazy. Like I just had I had plans every single day, which never happens. I'm pretty much like, because I really don't like to have to like take my kids anywhere. I'm lazy like that. So it was like every day we had something planned. So like we went out. My husband had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off because of the holiday. And so we had plans like with his family all of those days. My brother-in-law and my mother-in-law, they would come and visit like every night, come and visit the kids. So that happened every day. Me and Mary ended up doing like filming. We went shopping on one day and ended up filming one day, and then she came back another day to film another project. So I was just crazy busy this week. So that's kind of one of the reasons I had lots of pictures. What's funny though is I don't have a single picture of me and Mary. So what the heck, Mary? Well, why didn't we take any pictures while we were together? So anyways, I did write about her being here visiting. That was included in my journaling. But I just didn't get any pictures of us together. Oh, and that picture there of my kids, I met my husband's cousin for the first time, like on Sunday of this last week. And she's like around my age, and she has a son who's in between my boy's age. It was the first time I'd met her. She lives here in the Seattle area too, and we've never met, and our kids have never gotten together. And so after we met on Sunday, because we did like a little family thing on Sunday, after we met then, and she contacted me on Facebook, and then she said that she was going to this like clam chowder tasting the coming up Saturday, and so she invited me and the boys to go, and so we ended up doing that on Saturday too. So that was another thing. We don't usually do a lot of things really, and we just had tons of plans this past week. So but that was actually really fun, doing the clam chowder tasting. You got to like vote on them, and it's like best of Western Washington clam chowder or whatever. But that was really fun. Well, if you like clam chowder, which I do. I'm not a huge seafood fan, but I do love I love fried, like deep fried clams, and I love clam chowder. So it was really fun to do that. And then these pictures here are of us at the museum. And my mother-in-law's boyfriend is kind of a giant goober. He's a really nice guy, but he like talks nonstop, and he's kind of annoying. But he really likes the kids, and he doesn't have any grandkids of his own yet because his kids are a little bit younger, but he loves my boys. And at the museum they have like a little golfing exhibit, and and my mother-in-law's boyfriend likes to golf, and so he saw that and got so excited and was like, I'm gonna show Jonathan how to golf. So he was showing Jonathan how to golf, which was kind of funny, and Jonathan was a little confused what was happening, but he's very good, and he let Dan show him how to golf, so that was cute. My other son Elliot I feel so bad for him because he's like at that age where he's not really big enough to do anything yet. He can't walk. He only knows how to crawl. But he wants to so badly be like with the big boys. And so he just kind of did not have a good time at the museum, and he just wanted to play and do stuff, but he's not big enough yet. But anyways, that pretty much finishes off my 2-page layout. I'm going to have a ton of pictures coming up, so you can see some close-ups, but that pretty much finished that off. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next week for week 9 of Project Life. Bye!